An aging Iranian fighter jet flew low over the Gulf, slipped through America's air defenses, bombed a major US base in Kuwait, and flew home. No stealth, no advanced fighter. Just tactics, timing, and a weakness no one expected. So how did Iran expose America's blind spot? In the opening days of the US-Israel military campaign against Iran on February 28th, a single Iranian fighter jet carried out a strike that is now forcing a reassessment of American air defense assumptions across the Middle East. According to US officials cited by American media, an Iranian aircraft successfully penetrated layered air defenses and bombed Camp Buehring, a key US staging hub in northwestern Kuwait. A fixed-wing Iranian fighter jet conducted a low-altitude penetration mission, dropped conventional bombs on the base, and returned safely, marking the first time in decades that a hostile aircraft struck a major US military installation. The strike reportedly occurred in early March this year, just days into the conflict, targeting one of the most strategically important American logistics and deployment hubs in the region. The aircraft is widely assessed to be an upgraded derivative of the Northrop F-5 Tiger II, is likely Iran's domestically produced HESA Kowsar or a similar platform. The operation was part of a broader Iranian retaliatory campaign involving ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drone swarms targeting US and Israeli-linked assets across the region. But it was the method of execution, the how, that drew the most attention from defense analysts. According to military assessments, the Iranian jet took off from a base in southwestern Iran, likely in Khuzestan province, and flew at extremely low altitude across the Persian Gulf toward Kuwait. By maintaining a flight profile just a few dozen meters above the surface, the aircraft exploited a fundamental limitation of radar systems: the radar horizon. Ground-based systems like Patriot batteries are optimized to detect high-altitude threats. At very low altitudes, the curvature of the Earth and ground clutter prevent early detection. As a result, the aircraft remained effectively invisible until it was nearly over the target.
The Iranian strike on Camp Buehring was not a matter of luck or coincidence, but the result of meticulous planning, technical skill, and an intimate understanding of American air defense vulnerabilities.
The distance between southwestern Iran and Kuwait is relatively short, enabling the jet to complete the mission without requiring aerial refueling. The aircraft is believed to have carried conventional unguided bombs with individual payloads estimated between 250 and 500 kilograms and a total ordnance load of roughly 3,000 kilograms. Once over the target, the pilot executed the bombing run, struck the base, and exited the airspace, successfully returning to Iran. Analysts emphasize that the strike was not an isolated action, but part of a coordinated multi-domain operation. At the same time as the airstrike, Iran launched waves of drones, likely including Shahed 136 systems and other aerial threats across the region. This created saturation and confusion within US air defense networks, forcing systems like Patriot batteries to prioritize high-altitude or incoming missile threats.
The Iranian pilot knew that American AWACS aircraft would detect his takeoff, even at low altitude, but he was confident that no US F-15s were patrolling in that specific sector at that moment.
Low-flying drones may also have appeared on radar as additional aircraft, complicating identification and delaying response times. This integration of manned and unmanned systems allowed the fighter jet to exploit gaps in coverage during a high-pressure operational environment. Camp Buehring is not a forward outpost, it is a central node in US military logistics. Established in 2003 during the Iraq War and later renamed, the base functions as a staging and training ground for troops entering the regional theatre. It houses large stockpiles of equipment, processes incoming personnel, and supports operations across Iraq and beyond. Its defences include layered systems, Patriot missile batteries, short-range air defence systems, advanced radar networks, and persistent regional surveillance. Yet despite this architecture, the attack exposed a critical vulnerability: low-altitude penetration. By the time the aircraft was detectable, it was already within striking distance, leaving minimal time for interception. While some observers initially focused on the age of the original Northrop F-5 Tiger II design, analysts say that characterization misses the point. The likely platform, the HESA Kowsar, is the product of decades of Iranian reverse engineering and indigenous development. Iran began reverse engineering the F-5 in the 1980s, producing successive variants such as the Azaraksh and Sayekeh, before unveiling the Kowsar in 2018. The Kowsar reportedly features up to 88% localization in structure and wiring, with roughly 90% indigenous avionics. It includes a digital cockpit with head-up displays, a domestically developed fire control radar, radar warning receivers, identification systems, and modern navigation combining inertial guidance with GPS, with about 90% of components produced domestically. The fighter jet is powered by Iranian-modified versions of the General Electric J85 turbojet engine, and it can reach speeds of up to Mach 1.6. The aircraft retains the F-5's original advantages: a lightweight, highly maneuverable platform, measures 14.5 meters in length, with an 8.1 meter wingspan. These characteristics, combined with modern upgrades, the jet is capable of air-to-air missile payloads and can easily operate at altitudes of around 15,800 meters. Beyond the platform, analysts highlight the role of pilot training and experience. Iranian pilots have operated F-5 variants for decades, developing deep familiarity with the aircraft's flight characteristics and tactical use. The mission required sustained low-altitude navigation over water and desert terrain, precise timing, and accurate weapons delivery under contested conditions. The aircraft's safe return indicates that the mission included a carefully planned egress route, not just a strike profile. The physical damage to Camp Buehring is still being assessed, but US officials have indicated that broader infrastructure damage across regional bases could run into billions of dollars. However, analysts say the strategic and psychological impact is far greater. For decades, US military doctrine has relied on the assumption that layered air defenses can prevent hostile aircraft from reaching critical assets. This operation has challenged that assumption.